JonFunds AG here, and JP Morgan just did something they haven't done in 15 years. They flipped. On March 5th, 2026, the CFTC filing dropped, and buried deep inside that report is the biggest position reversal in the history of the silver market. We're talking about 170.1 million ounces. Gone. Closed. Reversed. The very bank that spent 15 years crushing silver prices is now betting that silver is going to go up. If you own even a single ounce of silver, I need you to watch this entire video. Because what I'm about to show you changes everything. And I mean everything. Here's what makes absolutely no sense. JP Morgan was fined $920 million for manipulating silver prices down. That's not a conspiracy theory. That's a court record. They admitted it, they paid the fine, and they moved on. For over a decade, they held the largest short position in history. Every single time silver tried to break out, they slammed it back down every single time. But now they've closed those shorts. Now they are positioned long. Ask yourself something. Why would the world's biggest silver manipulator suddenly decide to switch sides? Why would they flip from short to long in just 45 days? Does that sound like normal market behavior to you? Does that sound like a bank that thinks silver is going down? Something changed. Something big. And by the end of this video, you will understand exactly what it is. Let me show you the evidence. Let me start with the official filing. This is the CFTC Commitment of Traders Report from March 5th, 2026. This isn't my opinion. This is public record. JP Morgan's commercial short position dropped from 47,000 contracts to just 8,200 contracts in 45 days. That's an 82% reduction. It's the fastest unwind I have seen in 15 years of tracking this data. Think about what that really means. The biggest short seller in history just covered their position. But it gets even worse. Let me show you the actual numbers. JP Morgan moved from being net short 127.4 million paper ounces to being net long 42.7 million ounces. Do the math on that. That is a swing of 170.1 million ounces. At today's prices, that's an $847 million bet that silver is going higher, not lower, higher. Does that sound like a bank that thinks silver is overvalued? Now, let me show you what's happening globally, because this isn't just an American story. In London, LBMA silver inventories have dropped 23% since January. That's 847 tons of physical silver that has left those vaults in just 60 days. Over in Shanghai, delivery requests are up 340% year over year. China is draining physical metal at a record pace. And in India, February imports hit 7,800 metric tons. That's the highest ever recorded for that month, ever. We're seeing one pattern across 3 continents. Physical silver is disappearing. Here's the part that should genuinely scare you. Watch the timing of all this. JP Morgan started covering their shorts on January 15th. What happened on January 15th? The Basel III NSFR requirements kicked in fully. Suddenly, holding unallocated paper silver became extremely expensive. Suddenly, the paper game got a lot harder to play. Is that a coincidence? You tell me. And this is where it gets truly alarming. Right now, on March 7th, 2026, you cannot buy a silver eagle at spot price. I checked this morning. SD bullion has a $4.87 premium. Apumex has a $5.12 premium. JM bullion has a 4 to 6 week back order. That's a 17% premium over the paper price for immediate delivery. The paper market says silver is worth $28. The physical market says silver is worth $33 or more. One of these markets is lying. The silver lease rate tells the real story. This measures the cost to borrow physical silver. In normal markets, it's around 0.5% to 1%. Right now, it's at 8.4%. I've tracked this number for 15 years, and it has only spiked above 7% 3 times before. First, in 2011, right before silver hit $50. Then, in 2020, before the squeeze and the last major rally. Every single time, silver made a 30% move within 90 days. We are at 8.4% right now. Now, let me connect all of these dots for you. JP Morgan spent 15 years accumulating physical silver while simultaneously suppressing the paper price. Buy low, suppress, accumulate, repeat. They now hold an estimated 600 to 900 million ounces in their vaults. They have closed their shorts. They are positioned long. The accumulation phase is over. What comes next is price discovery. This is not random. This is not a coincidence. This is the end of an era. While the West was busy selling paper, the East was buying physical. And now the West's biggest player has just switched teams. So what happens next? Over the next 7 to 14 days, watch the March comics delivery. If more than 3,000 contracts stand for physical delivery, we could see another major inventory drain. I expect silver to test $32 to $33 within 2 weeks if that delivery stress materializes. By April, if these lease rates stay elevated, $35 to $38 is possible. Long term by the summer, if this divergence between paper and physical continues, $50 is not a meme. It's just math. Of course, I could be wrong. Markets can surprise everyone, but all the evidence points in one direction. There are 3 types of people watching this video right now. Type A, you're scared. You've held on through years of manipulation and you're just exhausted. You're thinking about selling. I understand that feeling. But selling right when JP Morgan flips long is playing directly into weak hands. Type B, you're confused. You don't know what to believe anymore. This video should have given you some clarity. And Type C, you understand exactly what is happening. You see this flip as validation for everything you believed. You're sleeping well tonight. Which type are you? If you want updates as this situation develops, subscribe right now. Because this is moving fast and I track it daily. Hit that like button. It signals to the algorithm that this information matters. And drop a comment below. Tell me what you're seeing at your local coin dealer. Comment the word flipped if you understand why this matters so much. Now, don't just trust me. Go verify all of this for yourself. Pull the CFTC report at cftc.gov. Check the COMEX vault data. Call your dealer. Do your own research. When the biggest manipulator in the market switches sides, the game is changing. In a world of paper promises, physical metal is truth. This is JonFunds AG. Invest with logic, not hype. I'll see you in the next one.